Is this personal for you because of what's happened?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. Like, there's no way people can just get away with putting their hands on me, and that's just, you're getting a free pass. Because that means they get to see it again, maybe, and they get another go at it. So, yeah, it's still a bit of pill to swallow. It's not a lot.
We won't be any more of it, that's for sure. And everybody wants to show some respect to each other. And let's see the fight where it should happen, in the ring.
You know, I think when you're getting poked like that in a face-to-face, you know, after a while the temper goes.
This is the fight business, and it's just made it even bigger, and we wait to see what happens next. And I'm a storyteller, and I love the interest and intrigue in matchups, and I think this is a fight that the casuals will just revel in. Is it controversial? Have we already seen controversy?
This got to a point where Fabio is stumbling around. He's not even aware of his surroundings, it doesn't look like. The doctors are checking on him round after round, and you know, I said Daniel had big stones to get off the canvas. Fabio Wardley's got a chin of iron because he ate some absolute nukes. Shots that put Anthony Joshua on the floor from Daniel Dubois and probably would have put a lesser man in the hospital that night. I mean, I'm sure Fabio's in the hospital now, but stretcher.
Wardley neglected all of his little bit of boxing skill, what he's learned over the white collar and through the fights that he's been involved in. I mean, he's had a fantastic career, and I don't think this is the end of Fabio Wardley at all, but he showed that he's a bit naive and a bit green. Like I said, his attacks were very crude. I don't know what Ben Davison should have been telling him. Stop throwing that overhand right from out of range. It's like he's looking for the knockout punch. He's not even got his feet.
There's a slight difference, fighting a world champion, a legitimate world champion for a title, and beating a world champion who's already a world champion. And Fabio Wardley hasn't beat a current world champion to be the champion, has he?
Josie Park rematch, but I don't think he should fight. I genuinely don't think he should take that rematch. I think that's too dangerous. I genuinely think he took way too much punishment, and that was so severe. If I were him, I'd never fight again.
So the first half of the fight, he kept his shape. You know, the jabs were working, dominant head to body, kept slinging that big right hand over the top. Now and again, he's whip it up the middle. He had good feet for a big guy, good feet. And I thought, you look the part. But then there was no plan B that he could rely on if that didn't work. And you saw from round 6, he lost his shape. The shape had gone because there was no plan B. You know, when he get hit, it was like he completely turned. And trust me, this boy's got no.
A heavyweight war just turned into an airport brawl. Fabio Wardley attacked Daniel Dubois after getting brutally knocked out, and the chaos that followed has the entire boxing world talking. This isn't just about one fight anymore.
Fabio was not ready for boxing. He was no jab, nothing, looking for power shots. It's like he didn't train. He was doing busy commentating. Little bastard. He was supposed to fucking train in the gym. Dude, how many jabs did Fabio chuck? Less jabs. He didn't chuck no jabs. He didn't do anything with.
The scenes were absolutely wild. Wardley stormed toward Dubois right in front of shocked fans, accusing him of cheating and demanding an immediate rematch. Security had to step in as things got physical. You don't see this level of raw emotion very often.
Fabio Wardley has got a heart as big as a bucket, and some of the punches he took last night, he may not come back from, because he was taking right hands, he was eating them so flush. It was quite brutal to watch at times. I've actually felt sorry for Fabio.
But here's what's crazy. Even after taking that kind of punishment, Wardley still refuses to accept defeat. He's welcoming a rematch, convinced fans want to see round 2. The man got knocked out cold, and he's already planning his comeback.
Entertaining round after round, backwards and forwards. The heart on these guys, the balls, the bravery. That's what you want to pay. That's what you want to. We hope every time we tune in for a heavyweight championship, you're getting that type of energy. They both gave everything they had. I could watch that.
Promoter Frank Warren wasn't happy about the chaos, admitting it damages boxing's image. But listen to this. The tension between these two has become deeply personal. What started as a heavyweight title fight is now pure hatred.
What a warrior he is, and came through that test. You know, coming off the back of a loss, I was a bit nervy to start off with and a bit all over the place, but I pulled it together and got the victory.
Eddie Hearn said emotions boiled over so badly, it nearly became a full physical confrontation. The anger, the threats, the refusal to back down, this rivalry just went to another level entirely. Fans are desperate to see what happens next.
This fight was very hard for the two guys, you know, but I think for the crowd, but also a nice fight. Unbelievable. I like it.
Was you surprised about the heart that Daniel showed down?
Yes, 100% I was surprised. But you know, can you give a good performance? You know, he was in the first and then the 4 rounds.
Here's where it gets concerning, though. Multiple experts are questioning whether Wardley took too much damage to continue at elite level. The punishment he absorbed was described as far beyond normal heavyweight standards. That's terrifying.
It wasn't the most skilled heavyweight fight I've ever seen, but it was just what the fans wanted to see. The fans wanted that. I mean, that was blood and guts, but God and name Dubois, good fight.
Carl Froch broke down what went wrong technically. Wardley abandoned smart boxing, chased the knockout, and left himself completely exposed. His aggression cost him everything when he faced elite opposition like Dubois.
It was just incredible. I couldn't believe what I was watching at times there. I mean, listen, it was all going wrong at the start, wasn't it? When Fabio put him down a couple of times, but Daniel showed the heart of a lion in there, got it together, got behind his jab, and really started busting Fabio up. And by the way, Fabio Wardley is one hard bastard. My God, what a hard man. So is Daniel Dubois. Two very, very tough, strong men going at it for the world heavyweight title.
But the most brutal assessment came from the commentators. They're suggesting Wardley may have already taken too much damage to rebuild his career. One expert even warned against a rematch, saying it could put him at serious risk.
What a fight! And what a chin! I can't believe, after all that, after all the punishment it took, Wardley's still never been down. Incredible chin. The man's built different. Unbelievable. And what a performance from Dubois.
What makes this even crazier is how the fight played out. Early on, Wardley had Dubois hurt and could have finished him. Instead, Dubois showed incredible heart, regained control, and started breaking Wardley down with sharp boxing.
Put him over, Dubois got back up. Dubois was nervous as anything. Felt bad for him in the first round, he was really jittery. Fabio probably really, looking back, I should have just jumped all over him, because Dubois, as great as Dubois is, and he's a fantastic fighter. On top, he's probably the best heavyweight in the world on top. You know, Usyk befuddled him, and you know he can get beat Dubois because he's a real enigma, to be honest. I'm a big fan of him, but he's there. He's just.
The level of punishment both men absorbed was unreal. Experts called it one of the most brutal heavyweight wars in recent memory. Both fighters pushed each other to breaking point, but neither fully collapsed until the very end.
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. He showed what he was made of tonight, and he delivered. That's all I can say.
What were you saying to him in between rounds?
Knock him out.
Stan, before you go, do you want to see him fight Alexander Usyk again?
No, I want to see him fight this.
Now here's the business side nobody's talking about. Frank Warren confirmed the rematch clause is still in play, but timing and money will decide everything. Don Charles is urging patience, saying Dubois needs time to recover after such a brutal performance.
Well, there is a rematch clause, so we'll see what happens.
If they decide to pass it for now.
We'll see what pans out in the next few months with all these various heavyweight fights that are happening. And that'll be.
So here's the reality. The heavyweight division is on fire and nothing is settled. From brutal knockouts to airport confrontations, Wardley and Dubois have created a rivalry that transcends sport. Promoters are discussing rematch clauses while experts worry about long-term damage. This story is far from over, and the next move could reshape the entire division. Who do you think wins if they run it back? Drop your prediction in the comments. Smash that like button if this breakdown helped you understand the chaos. And subscribe because this heavyweight drama is just getting started.
Anthony Joshua had a rematch clause when he fought Daniel. That's up to them. If they want to exercise it, like I said, it's too premature. Let's go and digest this win. Let Daniel go and have some rest. Remember, that's him coming off the back of a loss, a stoppage loss. And to pull out that sort of performance,